again, geared towards students and others thinking about things. You told us that you're involved in this business that is still kind of trying to turn a profit and make a bigger profit. And for a period of time, you may actually lose money. Your thoughts on, does it take a certain type of individual to have the stomach, to work in that environment? I mean, it's common and it's by design as you're developing something and getting it to marketplace.
Right.
But I imagine it might not be for everyone, or it may be that, that wasn't the place for you to start, but after a number of years of experience, it became more comfortable. I'm just curious because so many of the companies we do have operate in that space.
Right.
Any thoughts on sort of, who fits well and who doesn't fit well?
Right. Oh, absolutely. And I would say it is a big mindset change. So, from say 1985 to 95, I was at KPMG, the audit firm. So you were, it's obviously a very profitable entity. You were measured on revenue and expenses. And then I went into assistant controller role at more what I call traditional high-tech manufacturing companies. But again, the goal was to make a profit right out the bat. You had revenue. Goal was obviously you wanted the revenue to exceed your expenses. And it was when I went to Vicurin Pharmaceuticals which was a drug development company that we sold to Pfizer. When I looked at the financial statements, literally the company was losing $50 million a year. So that was a big mindset, that was a big hurdle for me to get over because I'd never worked in an entity that lost $50 million in 1 year. But in the drug development business, that is very normal. It's not unusual, say, for a drug development company to spend $500 or $600 million prior to drug approval. But what I say I was fortunate is we never spent more money than we made. My wife had a decent job, so I knew I wouldn't lose the house and we would eat. So, that may, for the younger folks, they may try to understand that. I think if you can keep your appetite in check financially, you can take more risk. And that, when I got the call from the recruiter about this drug development company that was moving to Philadelphia, I never would have thought it was for me, but it worked out. And 2 years later, literally sold it to Pfizer for almost $2 billion. So, that really opened my eyes that with that risk came a lot of reward. But I may not have taken that chance if I had a big mortgage, car payments, things of that were hanging over my head. And I'd say that's sometimes what holds people back is they're afraid of what they'll lose because they have so many other financial commitments. So if you can keep those under control and know you're not going to lose your house or you'll be able to feed your family, I would encourage people to take more risk. And then what you find, after the Pfizer acquisition, while we all did well financially, there is that mental hurdle of, I was not going to be the controller of Pfizer. I was the controller of Vicurin at the time. They already had one. So you're out of a job. So you have to have the skills and the mindset to go, okay, I'm going to go and find another opportunity, which I did. And then that company sold. I was out of work again. But again, now once you've been through it, it's a lot easier the second time around. And I think if you try to do it when you're younger, you don't want to wait till you're too old to take those risks. Better off starting when you're younger.